Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. Today's question is, when is the right time to ask for a raise? Stick around as we unbox the answer to that question.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website.
I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach, and welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. Sorry about that technology glitch. Technology works great when it works great. I want to welcome you. I'm your host, Dr. Robert Davis, and here we are seeking to unbox the power and the potential of all relationships, workplace relationships, family relationships, church family relationships, you name it. This has been a pretty hectic weekend for us, so I apologize that we were not here on Sunday to talk about church relationships, church family relationships, but we will be back again to talk about it next Sunday. So make sure that you tune in. All right, today is Manic Mondays. It's our first day back to work, so let's talk about the workplace. Before we do, please make sure that you like, subscribe, or share, and please make sure that you find ways to support us by clicking on one of the links in the description. Okay, Stanley asked, I've been working for this company for 3 years, and I believe I should be making more money than I'm being paid. But I don't know if this is the right time to ask for a raise. When is the right time to ask for a raise? All right, that's a very good question, Stanley. And so I'm just going to jump right into it. It's going to be a very brief show today. There are two times it's appropriate to discuss your compensation and a raise in your compensation. Number one, when is your company's scheduled time for raises? So it's appropriate to ask when the company has that scheduled time that once a year people get raises. It may be whatever percentage or however they, whatever formula that they use, and they do that once a year or however often, once a quarter, once every half a year, whenever it may be. That's an appropriate time to say, hey, listen, I know it's time where raises are going to be coming up, but I want to talk specifically about my raise. The second time that it's very appropriate to ask about raise is when the annual, biannual, or quarterly reviews come up. So whenever you are being evaluated for your performance, it is also the perfect time and an appropriate time for you to begin to evaluate what your pay is. So they're evaluating what you're doing for the company, and it's also an appropriate time for you to evaluate what the company is doing for you. So those are two great times to think about it. But there's another time that I want to bring, and this is where I really want to focus on today. And that is, it is an appropriate time to bring up compensation when you believe that you've done enough to prove your value to the company. When you believe that you've done enough to prove your value to the company, that may be after one day. If you walk in there on day one and you find some glitch in the computer system and it ends up saving the company several $1 million, then you need to start talking about increasing your compensation. That's right. Whenever you have done enough to prove your value to the company, it is appropriate to talk about increasing your compensation. If you've done enough and you have provided added value to the company, then any time is the right time to ask for the raise. So when you start thinking about, I'm ready to ask for the raise, I want you to do a couple of things. Number one, I want you to do your research. In other words, what is the salary in the field for the type of work that you do? So at least you kind of have some kind of a baseline of what the average salary is. And they have several websites that you just type in the name of your, type of what your occupation is, and they will tell you, what the compensation in your area is. They'll give you a good range, and then you make a determination based on that. Or you can, very well say, like I said, if you believe that you're bringing some extraordinary value to this company, that you are providing them with, out of the box thinking and whatnot, then, you set what you think that you are worth. You decide what you are worth. That's one of the reasons why I really encourage people to be entrepreneurs. It's because as an entrepreneur, you decide what you are worth. You decide what your salary is, and you go out there and you get it. And somebody makes $250,000 hypothetically for giving a 1 hour speech or a 1.5 hour speech. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And you remember there are public speakers who demand that kind of money, $100,000, $150,000 for one speech. So that's one reason I really promote entrepreneurship. But whatever you believe that your compensation is, and the company, of course, has the right to say, well, you know what, we don't believe that you're bringing that much value. And you have to make a determination and decide if you believe that you are and how you want to proceed beyond that. There's a book that I want to encourage each of you. It is a book by Mika Brzezinski. And the name of the book is Know Your Value, Women, Money, and Getting What You're Worth. Yes, Know Your Value, Women, Money, and Getting What You're Worth. That's by Mika Brzezinski. She's the co-host of Morning Joe. Now, you do have to understand that Mika Brzezinski's father was Secretary of State under Jimmy Carter. So she was born with a platinum spoon in her mouth, not even a silver spoon, a platinum spoon in her mouth. But the stuff that she shares is very valuable. The book was written primarily for white women. But I think as African Americans, especially, you can look at the principles that are applied there, and you can begin to use those principles and those techniques and strategies that she references there, and then just, apply them to your cultural reality as a Black man or as a Black woman or as a woman or as an Asian woman or a Latino woman or whatever it may be, applied for that. And then I want to end by just kind of asking a couple of questions that I'm curious about, Stanley, and I want you to begin thinking through this as well. And this may not apply to you, but it may apply to other people that are in your situation who are thinking about, when is appropriate to get a raise. And I'm curious, and I want you to begin to think and to explore in your own mind, what is going on in this relationship dynamic between your company that you're working for and yourself. In that relationship dynamic, what is going on that makes you uncomfortable to ask for a raise? Think about that. What is going on in this relationship dynamic that's making me uncomfortable to even ask for a raise? And then the second thing that I want to explain, I really wish I could just dig deep down into this and talk about how these relationship dynamics, are shaped. But here's the second thing I want you to think about. When are other times, or what are other people, or rather, who are other people that you feel nervous or anxious about asking for things that you may be owed? So when are other times, and also who are other people that you may feel nervous or anxious about asking for things that you may be owed? Because one of the things that we learn about workplace relationships is they give us somewhat of an insight to ourselves and just to how we manage and function in relationships in general. So you can look at how you may feel nervous about asking something that you're owed from someone that you consider to be in a position of authority and responsibility or power above you, and begin to think through, where are the other times that I start to feel nervous like this, asking for what I'm owed, and kind of what's going on in this relationship dynamic in the first place that has me, nervous about, asking for and or demanding what I'm worth. And so I'm hoping, Stanley, that you will ultimately have that conversation, that you'll think through these things, that you'll do the research, and that you'll get what you're worth, because I want to see you win. I want to see you succeed. And I not only want to see you succeed in the business world, I want to see you succeed in life. And so I'm so glad that each and every one of you have chosen to join in and to tune in to Unboxed. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, or share, or find ways that you can partner with or support the what Unboxed is doing in the community. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Until then, have a wonderful evening.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.